So a little bit of company history. Before Radiopharm Theranostics was created 3 years ago, and the company went to a first round of a kind of a Series A initial investment and IPO. When we created the company, we look at what would have been our ideal position in the market and in the segment. At that time, I was working in Novartis. I was leading the radiopharmaceutical division, and I saw this particular mechanism of action evolving very fast. I was really intrigued by the potential of radiopharmaceutical imaging and therapies. And so when Paul Hopper decided to create this company, I was very pleased to join from the beginning. And what is unique about Radiopharm Theranostics is really the type of molecule that we do have. Within the radiopharmaceutical space, many companies are focusing on some mechanism of action in prostate cancer, in neuroendocrine tumors. And we thought that there was here an opportunity to expand the solid tumor target for radiopharmaceutical imaging and therapies. And in fact, we created a company with unique mechanism of action that are going after well-known targets in oncology, like PD-L1, HER2, integrin, alpha, beta, beta 6, but area where radiopharmaceutical company did not develop a specific molecule. So we are pleased always to be either the first or the first and second in these disease areas. In addition to our own pipeline that I will show in a minute, we also started a very strong collaboration with MD Anderson Cancer Center, a very well-known, probably the #1 cancer care center in the world. This collaboration went extremely well, and we arrived at the moment that we decided to create together a joint venture where MD Anderson is transferring their knowledge and 4 molecules from their labs, and we are going to develop, again, as radiopharmaceutical therapies. The team has expertise in the area, both imaging and therapeutic, and also we have a very strong scientific advisory board. For those that are less familiar with radiopharmaceutical, is a very innovative way to treat cancer in a targeted way. So you need a targeted molecule that is able to go selectively where the cancer cells are, and then you have 2 possibilities. One possibility is to use an isotope that is delivering low level of energy. This isotope allows the physician that are on the other side of the screen to exactly see where the tumor is. Not only large tumor, but more importantly, small metastases. And then what is happening that you change isotope, you put a more potent one, and this isotope goes exactly to the same cancer cell and is able to destroy the tumor. Based on this concept, we build a pipeline that is leveraging different isotope that has different killing power depending on the tumor types. This is our pipeline. We are very pleased by having a deep pipeline in our company, and the molecule are really benefiting from the work that has been done in these 3 years. And we have a number of technologies that are moving into clinical stage. If we start from the top, for example, our trial in non-small cell lung cancer with RAD 204 has started in Australia. We have multiple sites. We announced last week that we dosed our first patient, and we are very keen to see this therapeutic trial in Australia in patients with non-small cell lung cancer. Our second priority, again, will be a trial, therapeutic trial, phase 1, in patients with HER2. And this trial also will be in Australia. And we plan to start in the second part of this year, so by Q4 2024. We also have one molecule, the integrin alpha beta beta 6, is already in phase 1 imaging in US, and the trial is ongoing in New York City. And I like to close mentioning the brain mass technology. This is our most advanced technology. We have completed phase 1, phase 2A, and now we are close to start our phase 2B imaging trial in US as soon as we receive FDA approval. And our pipeline goes on with other preclinical assets that will represent more our wave 2. So in summary, we are advancing our molecules. In the next 2 years, we believe we are in a unique situation of having 4 data readout. The 2 therapeutic trial will read out, as well the 2 imaging trial will read out between the end of 2024 for one of them to beginning of 2026. These 4 readouts ideally will also represent inflection point from the company, and so we are really focusing on execution of our pipeline. And with this, Paul, I hand over back to you for any question.
Thanks, Riccardo. It's a great presentation. Got a few questions for you here. Let's kick things off. Following the multiple positive data release for RAD 301 and RAD 302, further immune histochemistry analysis was conducted looking at the impact on several female cancers. What did this reveal, and what did it suggest about other potential applications going forward?
Yes, very good question, Paul. Integrin alpha beta beta 6 is a mechanism of action that is expressed in multiple tumor types. We do have evidence already about pancreatic cancer, head and neck, and non-small cell lung cancer. But as you correctly say, there are expressions that we found in endometrial, ovarian, or breast cancer. So we see the possibility to expand this technology in other tumor types area where there is still a very important unmet medical need.
And the question here, you touched on this earlier, how important is that relationship with the MD Anderson Cancer Center, and what do they bring to the table? Maybe you could elaborate a bit more on that relationship.
So we created a joint venture. Radiopharm Theranostics owns 51% of this JV. MD Anderson owns the remaining 49%. MD Anderson has taken 4 molecules from their labs, from their development, and they transfer these 4 molecules into the joint venture. So the joint venture itself is a high potential company that can develop multiple technologies in radiopharmaceutical oncology, solid tumor. The most advanced technology is a B7H3 targeting monoclonal antibody that is expressed in prostate cancer, in small cell lung cancer, and in other potential indications. We believe that by mid-2025, this molecule will be in phase 1.
And how important were the pilot study results in prostate cancer, and what are the next steps there?
So prostate cancer is one of the areas where we already see benefit of radiopharmaceutical imaging and therapies. At this stage, the first generation of radiopharmaceutical molecules are focusing on one mechanism of action that is called PSMA. All are working with the same MOA. So what we are trying to do here at Radiopharm Theranostics is to assess a different mechanism of action, either B7H3 or KLK3, that can target prostate cancer in a different way. There is always need in oncology to have more than one mechanism of action, because not every patient is the same and not everybody is responding to the same treatment. So we believe that targeting the same type of cancer with a different mechanism of action can be very beneficial.
Another one here. You recently announced that the first patient has been dosed PD-L1 nanobody in phase 1 lung cancer trial. How is that progressing?
Yeah, that's great. Look, we are working very well with the Australian centers. The first patient was from Wollongong, so probably 90 minutes, 2 hours from Sydney. We are also working with Hollywood Private Center in Perth. We are working with Princess Alexandra in Brisbane, and we are planning to add 2 additional centers to cover really the Australian geography as much as possible, but also to have the possibility of an accelerated recruitment process. So far, the feedback of the investigator is that patients are in need of additional treatment after they progress with the standard approach that is checkpoint inhibitor plus chemotherapy. After they progress, there is an important opportunity for new innovative technologies.
And just one last question. You recently completed a capital raising. How are those funds being allocated going forward?
Yeah, so Paul, first of all, let me tell you that I'm very excited about this capital raise. It's not usual for a company of our market cap to be able to raise money at a premium, a significant premium instead of a discount. And even more important, the presence of a strategic investor like Lantheus, that is a company that is, it was 7 billion like 2 weeks ago, and now is already $8 billion market cap. They are expert in the field. They have done due diligence on our company before investing. So for us, it's an important validation of our technology. So the capital raise went extremely well. With the money that we got now, we would be, of course, always very careful to be sure that we invest the money in the right way. The company is still a small company, and will continue to be a small company in terms of number of employee and corporate cost. So really, the great majority of the funds will go to clinical development. We believe that with these funds received, we have more than 2 years runaway so that we can get beyond June 2026. And you can see in this chart where the money are going, advancing the technology into human, and for the one that are already in clinical trial, complete and achieve an important data readout.
Riccardo, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Thanks for sharing your insights, and you have a great weekend.
Thanks a lot, Paul. Always nice to be with you.